leave a great impression.
When you talk about your dreams, you know, when you were a kid, you obviously dreamt of being a basketball player, a basketball star, but being a global sports icon, was that ever, you know, did that ever cross your mind? And now you've got fans all over the world, halfway across the world here in the Philippines, waiting for you. Later on this afternoon, it's going to go crazy. Do you ever think about that, being a global sports icon?
No, I mean, growing up, you never think about that. You don't really understand that the game and the world is as big as it is. You know, so you know, my whole dream was, you know, trying to get better each and every day. And I had a dream about wanting to play in the NBA, and that was my only mindset.
All right. Well, we'll talk about the world getting smaller a little later. But first, LeBron, I personally had the pleasure and extreme honor of watching you celebrate your championships, covering the finals, the last 3 years that you got into the finals and the 2 celebrations that you had. And we all saw it on national TV here. The celebration in that first championship, you were like a boy that received a toy for the very first time. Really pure, unadulterated bliss. And then the second championship, a little bit more subdued in your celebration. Obviously, that was a grueling series that you went through, not only in the finals, but in the Eastern Conference Finals against Indiana. From an emotional standpoint, can you tell us, though, the difference of the 2 championships for you?
I mean, both of the, you know, the 2 championship runs were both emotionally draining. Because you're going from one series, from one game to the next game to the next game, and a playoff game is probably 5 times as difficult than one regular season game. So, you know, they both was emotionally draining, but the emotions, you know, ran high, ran low, you know, throughout both series. You know, my first year last year against OKC, we lost game 1, so my emotions was very low at that point in time, and you know, but I kept a cool head about it, and we was able to win 4 straight. And you know, obviously, I showed, you know, my emotions after that game. This year, you know, I was out on the floor the whole time. You know, so you know, going against a great San Antonio team, I knew the hard work, and I knew how well they pushed us for that championship. So it was just basically like a sign of relief, man, and that we was able to accomplish that goal.
Well, we all saw the celebration. Obviously, San Antonio, a tough team. You get 4 future Hall of Famers there, from the coach down to the players. And we understood how physically it was so tough for you. But just out of curiosity, what was the first thing that crossed your mind when it was handed to you, the second championship? You always say winning 1. Everybody says winning 1 is, you know, already tough, but defending that and winning it again, that's elite company right there.
Absolutely. I think the second, man, you know, they always say, you know, once you win the first one, you know, they start to, you know, become easier. It wasn't easier for us at all. You know, to be the defending champs and have to defend your title each and every night, regular season, throughout the playoffs was very difficult. And, you know, for me as a player, I just try to be the best player I can be each and every night. I want to be the MVP for our team. Trying to be the best player on the floor each and every night. So, you know, I was excited and happy and pleased with myself as an individual. I was able to make enough plays to help our team win.
Well, you talk about the individual effort. We all know what you can do individually. You have the accolades, individual accolades to prove that. But you always say it's never been about that. And even in interviews, you know, during your career, you've always been a team player. It was always about a team. Sometimes you get criticized by it, but you stuck to it, and it's gotten you 2 championships. How did you evolve into becoming a leader, not just an individual great player, and then motivate your teammates?
Well, I mean, I think my little league coach, Frank Walker, first of all, showed me the game and how to play the game the right way, and understanding that no matter how good one individual is, it takes a full team to win championships. And, you know, my first year ever playing organized basketball, we won a championship. And, you know, from that point on, I knew this was the right way to play. So he laid the DNA of how to play the game of basketball into me, and, you know, go on, you know, to my AAU coach again, high school coach, James Joyce, you know, taught me some great keys as well. Keith Dan brought also a great coach of mine. And, you know, so I was instilled on how to play the game the right way at a young age, and it's just helped me, you know, throughout, you know, my NBA career.
Right. And you talked about young age. I know you do a lot of work with the kids, LeBron. You have your own foundation, also the LeBron James Family Foundation. You do a lot of work with the Boys and Girls Club of America. A lot of kids from Akron, Ohio. Obviously, you have the I Promise band right there. Tell us about your work with the kids, because that's the most important thing for you too.
Well, that's besides the game of basketball, it is the most important thing for me, to be able to inspire the youth, not only in my hometown but all over the world. But my hometown of Akron, Ohio, raised me. It molded me to the person I am today, to the man I am today. And I understand what those kids are going through on a day-to-day basis, being from that place. So for me to be who I am, to be in a position I am, to be able to give back to those kids, to inspire those kids and help them push towards greatness in whatever field that they enjoy, it's a joy for me. And I will continue to do that because it's a passion of mine.
You accepted your MVP award with a lot of kids. You were talking about the I Promise band. What is that all about? For people who don't know, what is that all about?
What I Promise band is an initiative for my foundation where we started with third graders. We followed third graders, throughout grade school, throughout middle school, throughout high school, and they have mentors and high school kids that follow them as well. But the I Promise band is a promise that they will continue to listen to their teachers every day. They will do their homework. They will help others. They will be physically fit and get out and then exercise and do great things. And they will be the best people that they can be every day. And on the other hand, my promise to them is I will continue to inspire them. I will continue to be a leader to them, and I will not let them down. So I promise I will not let them down in anything that I do on a day-to-day basis. So it works both hands. I make a promise to them, they make a promise to me, and I can say there's been success to this point.
And obviously it's all part of striving for greatness, regardless of what field, whether it's sports or anything that they get into, talking about the kids. And you're going to meet a lot of kids later on this afternoon. LeBron, let's talk about social media. You touched on that earlier. You tweet often, and a lot of them are very entertaining. There's a lot of videos on Instagram. Yeah. When you do that, as the world has gotten smaller because of social media, do you have any kind of guidelines, or do you just tweet how you feel?
No. I mean, for the most part, what I tweet, what I put on Instagram is who I am. It's my life. And, the fact that I can interact with so many of my fans that I can actually touch on a day-to-day basis is a great thing. And, social media allows me to be at one with my fans. So, it's great. And I love people that have a little insight of my life than just seeing me out on the basketball floor. So I think, it's great. It's a great tool for that instance.
And that's obviously one side of it. But when you're a global superstar that you are right now, the other side, obviously, of social media is that, they can tweet you anything that they want, and you've been able to just forego all of that and do what you do. You also have like some types of Twitter blackout when you want to focus on the playoffs, right?
Yeah, I mean, there are people on social media that can get a little crazy at times and say things that they wouldn't say to you in person. But for me, I got so many followers. Not trying to toot my own horn, but I got like 9-point-something followers, so I don't see all the messages. But I think it's great, man. It's a way for people to, be who they want to be able to exercise who they want to be, but they can get out of control at times too.
But you still think it's important for you as a great tool for athletes in general, for global sports icons?
I mean, I don't speak for all athletes. I speak for myself. And, I love being able to interact with my fans, like I said, that I can't touch on a day-to-day basis, and for them to have an insight of my life besides seeing me out on the basketball floor all the time.
All right, LeBron, let's talk about the word legacy. It's been thrown around. It's been thrown around since you won your first championship. It's still being thrown around now. It's not even done yet. But when you talk about how you define legacy for yourself, the script is still being written. What can you say about that, and what is it down the road for you when it comes to your legacy?
Actually, I really don't even think about it or talk about it. I'm 28 years old. I got 10 years in the league, and I got a lot more to prove to myself. I got a lot more to accomplish that I want to accomplish, and the word legacy is always thrown around very early in our sport, or sports in general.
Right.
So for me, I don't really talk about it. I think at the end of the day, when I decide to hang my shoes up, put the jersey down, my game and my resume speaks for itself, and I will let everybody else decide where they want to put me.
That's not soon though, right?
No.
Nah.
No, it's no time soon.
Okay, hopefully not, right? We got to see more of LeBron James. And there's more to see later on this afternoon at the Mall of Asia Arena. LeBron, do you have anything to say to our friends or fans here before we let you go?
First of all, this is very overwhelming to see all these cameras, all these people excited for me to be here, with Nike in this great promotional tour. I can't believe this is my first time here, understanding how great the game of basketball is here, but this definitely is not my last. So I'm looking forward to what today. I'm definitely looking forward to what today brings, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna do a lot of great things. We're gonna see some great basketball, and I'm here.
Well, there's a reason why it's your first time. You were busy winning championships and MVPs. Ladies and gentlemen, LeBron James. And we will see more of LeBron later on at the Mall of Asia Arena. I'm sorry if we had to cut our time with LeBron James today. But we will all see you later on at the event where we will showcase, or he will showcase, his basketball.
At yan po ang press conference sa Makati Shangri-La Hotel.
See you later on.
Hinggil po sa pagbisita ngayong araw ng basketballistang si Lebron James ng koponang Miami Heat ng NBA. Kaugnay nga po yan sa kanyang one-day tour dito sa bansa na gagawin sa Mall of Asia Arena ngayong araw.